Good morning, traders. It is Thursday, March 21st. Taking a look at the charts, equities are set to open pretty sharply higher, up about 0.5 to 1%, depending on the index. Yesterday, we had the SP 500 break out to some new all-time highs again, and it is pushing up another almost 0.5% again in pre-market this morning. So we're seeing it continue to extend. Yesterday, we talked about, if I pull up the SPY chart here, we talked about how this market was consolidating, kind of coiling in this pennant formation, and how it was primed and ready to pop. And we got that yesterday. The Fed came out not changing the rates, and more or less the market is moving higher. Now, we did see a big wave of money pile into the market. We've got our FOMO indicator over our blue line, which is a level of 3 or higher. This is telling us people just want to buy everything, and they don't care what price they get. Just get me in. I want to be part of this. Now, when we are in a strong uptrend like we are, when we look at the daily chart, we tend to get a lot of overbought FOMO going on. All that means is it's actually a strong sign. It means we've got a strong push, but typically we can have a little bit of our pause or pullback sometimes after that. The key for using these indicators are more so when there's panic selling within an uptrend. That is when that's when it can create these opportunities, these lows for the next push higher. So anyways, the markets are moving as expected. If we look at our simple CGS strategy here, you can see the market has been really just consolidating in this nice pattern, trying to figure out which way it's going to go, and it's breaking out and starting to run higher. Our sentiment chart over here, we've got a green bar. So this is telling us people are starting to cover their shorts. They're starting to get long. They realize they might be on the wrong side. So hopefully we'll start to see all these red and orange bars that were formed. That's a lot of people selling their positions and buying leverage to the downside with options and buying inverse ETFs. They got to close all those positions, and then they need to buy back into the market. So there's a lot of days here that people were betting against the market. So there could be a couple days of good unwinding, a big short squeeze here, which is kind of what yesterday started to feel like. Now, I do want to see the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ breaks to new highs, we'll probably see more so of a short squeeze. A lot of people are tech heavy right now. And that's kind of where the money has been focusing, because that's where the AI space is, the NVIDIA, all that stuff. So when the QQQ breaks out, that to me will be a very good sign. And it had a good rally yesterday. It's up almost 1% this morning. So we're set for another leg higher, which we've been talking about for a little bit here. If we take a look over at the bond market, bonds are up as well, finding a little bit of a bid this morning. Overall, they're down at the 150-day moving average. They're really just kind of bouncing, trying to find support through here. Nothing significant really standing out, though. If we take a look at the dollar pulled back yesterday. It's had a nice little bounce. Overall, it's pulling back. We can see it kind of taking a bit of a nosedive here this morning. And of course, that is helping send gold and silver higher. We've got a huge move on gold this morning, up 2%, starting to break from this high momentum move, starting to pop and extend higher. Our upside targets for this, just based on our Fibonacci that we've been talking about, is 250 and about 311 is the 100% upside move. So we saw it go up to about 225 last night, and we'll see where it goes today. But overall, money is flowing into the precious metals space as this defensive play. And this is what happens. We tend to see gold and silver and miners do really well just as the stock market makes its last push and starts to top out. So all this, to me, while it's bullish for price action in the short term, is a very big red flag that the music could be coming to an end here sooner than later this year. And people who are feeling real good right now won't be feeling very good at all later this year, unfortunately, if they don't understand the market cycles and stages and all that stuff. Let's take a look over at silver real quick, up 2% as well. It is pushing up into the upper end of resistance. We've been up here many times before. We have seen also a lot of big sell-offs. They're all 13, 10, 13, all kinds of big sell-offs from these highs. So silver hasn't fully broken out yet, is right up in nosebleed resistance areas. If we look at gold miners, GDX, fairly similar. It is set to open higher again this morning. Had a big pop there yesterday, which actually we can see on our short-term chart here, where it went from a downtrend to neutral as it switched its direction. Green bars mean we're in an uptrend. We had the first pause and pullback. Market actually got oversold, came to the 20-day, and then yesterday had a great big pop. And that's what we've been talking about, how it could break these two previous highs. The first pause and pullback is usually an opportunity, and then it can take off. So I am expecting gold and silver and gold miners to break above these previous highs. I am expecting them to extend and push higher. That's just kind of the market condition that we're in, but they are still struggling in terms of they're under some pretty significant highs from previous in the past year. Taking a look over at energies, we got crude oil down about 0.5% yesterday. It took a bit of a haircut. We saw oil down 2% yesterday. Today they're continuing to extend those losses, kind of giving it back. Overall, nothing too significant. We had a big pop up, and the market does not go in a straight line, so we have a rally, and then it has to have a pause and pullback. Always a zigzag price action, so nothing here is standing out of the norm. If we look at the energy sector stocks, they're actually holding up very well and looking like they're ready to almost pop and extend even higher again here. They are right up into nosebleed resistance, so this is going to be a major struggle here for them, but they have got some strong momentum. I wouldn't expect it. I would expect to maybe see some big pops and drops and some volatility here, gaps on the chart, just because there's a lot of significant. This is a significant high. There's 3 of them through here. So even if it pops up, there's going to be a bunch of big players that unload their portfolio, say, get me out at break even. I'm happy with this. I don't want this position anymore. And so we'll see the shares get hammered with some high volume potentially. So I'm expecting volatility, but this is still a high momentum play. It could really still pop and extend here if it really wanted to. Other than that, I think that's about it. If we take a look over the hot list, we've got XLP, which we are long. It's working its way back up to near multi-month highs, and we'll see how that goes. Our SSO position continues to move up to some new highs. We're up at 27% from our 37% from our entry price, and our QLD, which is the 2 times Nasdaq, is up 37%. So we're just riding this market up with the positions we have, knowing the market is, it's getting weaker. Behind the scenes, it's getting weaker, but we are still in an uptrend, and so we're just riding this for whatever we can get out of it, knowing that we're not going to get out near the top. We will give back probably a good chunk of gains when the market does stall and start to roll over, because we don't pick tops. We don't know where a top is. We need price to fall before we're confirmed that we're in a downtrend. So just be in a mental state that whatever we have here isn't what we're going to close the trade out at. It'll most likely be lower. Other than that, I think that's it, guys. And we have the mentoring session today at 12 noon, and hopefully we'll see you there. If you've got some questions, make sure you either ask them in the chat room or even send us some questions and email. We'll put them in the mentoring session and answer them, and you can watch the recording. So we're here to help you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.